Kaylee Kessie, and I'm going to be doing a speech today on proper bedside manner. And this is my audience.
Including I.
Alright. Okay, so for example, administering proper bedside manner is when you go into someone's room and you greet everyone. So you walk in, you say hi to the patient, you go over to his family and you greet them, say hi, ask them how they're doing. You can even, what most nurses sometimes do if they have the time, they'll go and sit next to the patient and ask them how they're doing and just see how their day is going. It actually really brightens the patient's day. So for number 2, because I've seen a ton of nurses in the hospital not do this at all, even though they should be doing it, they don't really give their patients, they don't acknowledge them. So they'll come into the room, they'll start doing whatever they need to do, and then they leave. They don't ask the patient if they're okay, they don't ask the patient or their family if they need anything, and that's a big thing you need to do. You always ask the patient if there's anything you need to get for him or his family. Always introduce yourself when you go into the room. Many nurses don't, like I said before. They just go in, do their thing, and then they leave. And then sometimes patients will, use their call light, and the nurse will come in and be like, what did you need? And they'll just explain to them and say, I needed this and you didn't even ask me. And so that's a huge thing in hospitals that I've noticed that people don't do. All right. Okay, let's see. Here's another thing. Always be polite when you're speaking to someone, no matter what. If a patient is rude to you or doesn't feel good and they're asking you questions, respond nicely. Just be polite about it. You don't have to be rude, or you have to put yourself in their shoes. Most of the time they're in a lot of pain, they're tired, they're hungry. Just do what you think is right and talk to them about it. Okay. So for example 4, I learned this when I was going to CNA school. You want to always go in with having a smile on your face and the best attitude. No matter if you're going into work or you're going into a patient's room, you just want to make sure to always be bubbly and happy, because it makes people around you feel happy and a sense of comfort. Alrighty. Oh, this is another thing that people always forget to do. When your patient asks you for something, just say, like you go into a patient's room and you ask them, can I have a pillow? And you as the nurse, you say, all right, I'll get your pillow in, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Make sure you get it in those 5 to 10 minutes. The patient shouldn't have to call you on your call light, and then you go in there 30 minutes later and you realize, oh, I forgot their pillow. Most of the time, it's not really anything big, but you do need to at least remember what your patients need. Alrighty. So like I said in my paper, there's at least 90% of nurses who will tell a patient, okay, you need this, you need that, I'll be back in 5 minutes. And they come back 30 minutes to an hour later. People don't really, that's not something you should be doing. You should make your patients your top priority, and to not be making them your top priority is crazy. In my opinion, anyways. Okay. Alrighty, so that's just some things you can do to have proper bedside manner. You just always, first off, you want to be polite. You always want to have a smile on your face. You want to make sure that, everyone in the room either has water if they need it, or like your patient, they need food, water, food, drinks, etc. Alrighty, that's it for my speech.